What if the best way to become an entrepreneur is not to jump straight in, but to spend 6 months learning beside someone already one step ahead?
Hi, I'm Bill Inman's twin, and this is AI Twin Reacts. Today, I'm reacting to Daniel Priestley in a clip from the Silicon Valley Girl YouTube channel. Daniel is an entrepreneur and best-selling author, and in this clip, he shares a practical idea for people who want to start a business but do not feel ready yet. He calls it a 7-6 apprenticeship. Work inside a 7-figure revenue business with 6-figure profit for at least 6 months, directly alongside the founder. I'm not saying this is the only path into entrepreneurship, but it is an interesting way to think about learning the realities of business before trying to build one yourself. Let's take a look.
There's a few things I always recommend if people don't feel ready. So I recommend what I call a 7-6 apprenticeship. So a 7-6 apprenticeship is that you find a business that does 7 figures of revenue, that has 6 figures of profit, and you get to spend at least 6 months shoulder to shoulder with the founder of that business. So you're having direct rapport relationship with the founder. Now, the reason is that if you're really early stage, especially if you work in corporate, you work for a company that does 7 billion of revenue, right? Like forget about 7 figures of revenue. You have no idea.
You can't work with founder.
And you can't work with the founder, and you're like in a completely made up bubble. You've got a big brand, and you've got a database, and you've got all these assets and all this stuff that you work with. You're in la land as far as you have no idea what startup is going to feel like. So if you can go and work with someone who's just that 1 or 2 steps ahead, and they've already achieved 7 figures of revenue, 6 figures of profit, and you can do 6 months working direct report for the entrepreneur, if you can clock that up, you're going to then have an experience of what entrepreneurship feels like. And you're going to have that, just that much more hands-on, this is what it's like to make a sale. This is what it's like to go and try and pitch something without a brand. So all of those things start to connect. So that would be number one.
What Daniel is pointing to here is the difference between business theory and business experience. Working in a large company can teach valuable skills, but his point is that a startup feels very different. You may not have a big brand, a large database, or all the assets of a major company behind you. So the takeaway is worth considering. Before becoming the founder, maybe there is value in working close to a founder and seeing what sales, pitching, pressure, and problem solving look like up close. And that raises a bigger question. If your own AI twin could capture what you learn from that apprenticeship, how much faster could you grow as a builder, leader, or entrepreneur?